Hey guys, this is Coach Bill with Fat Loss Made Easy. Hope you guys are having a great Wednesday so far. Yep, today is my non-fasting day, but I'm trying something different for these next few weeks. Kind of a little update of what I'm doing. I'm on my non-fasting days. I'm going 20 hours before I have my first meal. Obviously, that's going to drop my calories down a little bit more on my non-fasting days. But actually today, I've already calculated out my calorie, protein, fat, and carb intakes. And today, I'm actually going to be bringing in with the foods I'm eating. I've got a 4-hour window to eat. I'm actually going to be bringing in about 2,000 calories, and my protein will be around 130 to 139 grams. So I'm still getting plenty of calories in, even though I'm doing a 20-hour fast on my non-fasting days, and I'm doing the 23-1 on my fasting days. So I am drinking my fat coffee. As you can see, I got my old stinky workout outfit on. Em and I just walked in the door, and just got done with the gym. And I probably mentioned this in the past that if I get a lot of my topics I want to talk about on live Facebook when I'm in the gym. So if I don't come home and jump on the computer real quick, most of the time I forget what I'm saying. So anyway, today's topic, guys. What actually gave me the idea of this topic is there was a guy in the gym, I don't know, probably in his probably early 50s, maybe late 40s, I think, and he was very well built, and he had a very narrow waist. And unfortunately, some of us who actually are, how would you say this, born with a thicker waist, like myself, I actually, if you look at my high school pictures, I played sports. Did a lot of surfing during high school, very active, and so I was in really good shape all through school. But if you look at my pictures, you will notice that I have a thick waist. So basically, I was genetically born with a thicker waist, more so than some of my surfing buddies who had very narrow waists and also in good shape. You know, even when Emily and I competed and we had to diet down, and we got our body fat or weight way down. I mean, I was competing sometimes at about 178 to 179. I went from 220 pounds to 181 to 178 in 12 weeks, which was our diet down. And no matter what I did, no matter how much body fat I lost, it didn't matter. I'm always going to have a thicker waist. I will never have that real narrow waist that some of these guys have, which is okay with me, but I'm not going to have that real V look. And so that is what promoted this video, is to let you guys know, especially you older men who were actually athletes in your younger days. Now, what I did when I first started training was I did a lot of years of power lifting, which actually made my waist even thicker. And so obviously, even on top of having a thick waist anyway, and then training so hard as a power lifter in my past, I actually thickened my waist more. Okay, so the question is, you know, you're looking at all these bodybuilders, guys that have these really wide upper bodies and these really narrow, skinny little waists. You may be thinking to yourself, shoot, I wish I could do that. Well, it's most likely not going to ever happen if you're actually been given a thicker waist when you have been growing up. and especially those of you that are power lifters in the past. So what do? How does somebody like myself make my waist look a little smaller? Well, first thing you have to do is lose body fat. So that's the very first thing you've got to do. So basically, you got to lose your belly fat. So go ahead and start with that first, and then when you get down to a nice healthy weight and get your body fat down to, I don't know, 10 or 8%, then you will notice that you will actually have, some kind of a waist. You will have a waist there. It might not be narrow, but at least you're losing the love handles that are causing you to look even wider or thicker or some of that. Now, for me, myself, I hold a lot of my fat on my obliques and in my back. And also for me, that is the last place it came off. And so I had to worry about losing the inches or the percentage of body fat before I could even think about how do I make my waist look even smaller. So that's going to be the first thing you do. Find a meal plan, which you guys know what we promote. We promote the high fat, high good dietary fat, low carb meals, and we combine it with intermittent and alternate day fasting. That is most simplest and easiest meal plan to follow to lose that midsection of that belly fat and start seeing a waist. You'll also notice that your pants, you'll lose inches along your waist, so your pants are going to fit looser and looser, and that's how you know you're getting rid of some of that fat around your waist. Once you get your waist down to wherever where it's supposed to be, then you can start working on widening certain areas of your body to make your waist looks even smaller. Even though your waist can't get any smaller, you can still make it look smaller by doing what? Get yourself a good interval strength training workout routine and work on widening your shoulders and your back, and especially developing the side delts. Lateral raises done very strict will help to develop the cap around the shoulders. This part right here, that's what you were looking at widening. Of course, you got to also do your shoulder presses and rear delts and things, but mainly the cap of the muscle here will help to widen those shoulders. Then you want to look at widening your back. And so do multiple different types of back exercises. Don't do the same ones over and over. Make sure that your form is very strict. Make sure that your motions are very fluid. And make sure that you're documenting your weight so that you know when you need to go up a little higher, because you're not going to gain your muscle in your back unless you gradually go up bit by bit, increasing your weight. And the only way you're going to be able to do that is by documenting it, and when you're ready to move up, then you just add a little more weight, 2.5 pounds, 5 pounds, whatever you can do to where you're not going to lose your form. So how long will this take, guys? It depends on your diet, basically. Emily and I are eating in a way that we are producing our growth hormones, which is also elevating our muscle building hormones like testosterone. Now you've heard me say before, her and I get blood tests every 6 months. And matter of fact, I just reminded myself that I'm supposed to get my blood test today. I can't forget to do that. And so we know where our testosterone levels are, and which means that they're high enough. Actually, both of us, our testosterone levels is in the 18-year-old bracket. Okay, so we know that our muscle building hormones are actually elevated all the time. And that's why as seniors, we're able to develop lean muscle, keep our lean muscle, and also add lean muscle, and keep our strength going up bit by bit. And so what I've noticed on myself is that I'm noticing my back is getting a little wider. I'm noticing more muscle tone in my back, especially just below my traps in that area. And I'm seeing more of a V in definition in my back. And so that is going to make my waist look a little smaller. Now, I know I will never, ever have a narrow waist. I just will not have that look. But I'm doing something that is actually going to help my waist look smaller than it really is. Is it deceiving? Absolutely. It's because I'm starting to develop the caps of my side delts, and I'm widening my back, and it's taken a while. It's probably taken about 2 to 3 years now. And like I said, we don't do the same type of exercises for our backs. We mix it up every other 2 weeks or so. We'll add a different kind of exercise to do that. And so, guys, just don't get discouraged. If you're born with a thicker waist, well, there's a good reason why you were born with that thicker waist. I don't know why, but there has to be a reason why. So take it as something being positive. But lose the belly fat and your love handles and your back, the fat on your back, in your lower back area. Lose that first, and then start working on adding more lean muscle and on your shoulders, your cap of your shoulders and your back. And you need to do that by changing the type of food you're eating and the time you're eating, because to increase muscle is actually hormone driven, guys. And then actually food is driving the hormones to help you add more lean muscle. Basically, that's pretty much how it works. So I hope this helps some of you guys out there who have thicker waists like myself. And just know that give it a little time, patience, be consistent with your training. Do interval resistance training, because you have to have enough resistance to activate your muscle building hormones to add lean muscles. Okay, guys? You guys have a great Wednesday, and I'll see you guys at the next video. Have a great day.